predictive model that we've been using for the last 10, 12 years to try and connect the dots between events, staged events, distractions, trying to figure out what they're telling us, what they're not telling us, and try to create a predictive model that we've been doing here on the show. Maybe in midsummer we'll have a prediction show. We usually have a prediction show on Mike in the Night every year, last week or second last week of December, to give us your predictions for the next year, right? So we've been doing our prediction show now 5-6 years in a row. And now I'm thinking we should be doing our prediction show now twice a year. So I'll keep you guys updated if we're going to do a prediction show this summer here on Mike in the Night. All right, we got to kick off censorship, guys, because censorship is running rampant, and they want to shut us up. And who do they want to shut up? There's a lot of Twitter stars, Rumble heroes, YouTube influencers. A lot of those people have been reached out to. A lot of them have been compromised. A lot of them have either agreed or have followed the establishment to a certain degree, and that's why they're allowed to be found. We can't be found. Why? Do we suck that bad? I don't think we suck that bad. I think what's going on is, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I make 20, 30 cents an episode for making this show on Rumble. I get nothing out of this. I like to figure out what's going on. Now, let's go into censorship here. Let's start in Brazil, down in Portuguese America. Brazil, to completely shut down access to X due to dangerous non-mainstream content. Okay, you would think the mainstream content is the dangerous stuff. Now, why does Brazil want to shut this down? What's the big deal down in Brazil? Brazil's Supreme Federal Court, STF, is working with the country's Attorney General to completely shut down X due to proliferation of non-mainstream content on the platform. I haven't used the word proliferation in years. Okay, so what do we tell you? Well, we told you. This is what they want to hide. So 5 years before Brazilians went to the poll to vote for their president, or the selected president that they have now, Brazil elections may lead to civil unrest. This is my opinion. It's all fixed, rigged, and fake. And I was right. And before Brazilians went to the polls, in that video, we're reading this to you in Portuguese, explaining to you how the government down there was already telling people how it's okay. Your digital vote is the safest in the world. Ballots are no good, and digital votes, your vote will never be erased, will never be. It goes on to say right here, and how it's important that your vote is important, and then it goes into how your votes are electronically impossible to be manipulated. They were bullshitting the people, and it's very simple. And the reason why I made this video back 5 months before the Brazilians went to the polls is because it was already fixed. It was already fixed the way the mainstream media was already misinforming people. And governments are losing to that. They're losing to the truth, right? And let's head over to censorship over in Oklahoma. Oklahoma to begin jailing citizens who post offensive things online. Oh yeah. Offensive things. The Oklahoma State Senate passed a bill last month that will allow police to imprison citizens who post or share things online they may cause offense to minorities. Okay, well, what about the majority of people that are offended by the government lies, the government manipulation, the government censorship, the government discrimination against whites and Christians? What about the majority that built this infrastructure that are being outcasted? So Oklahoma to begin jailing citizens who post offensive things online. Well, these guys could go straight to hell. Big tech sponsors event with Canadian pro-censorship Justice Minister advocating online censorship. Canada's Justice Minister Afari V proposes speech restrictive legislation at an event backed by corporate sponsorship from Meta at AWS. And of course, Canada is very heavily censored. I'm in Canada. Nobody knows I exist because I have been broadcasting out of Canada on my latest non-deleted channel since 2012, and before that was 2010. And I was kind of pointing out certain things and getting very close to the truth. And ever since then, I've been severely hidden to the public. Why? Canada already has layers of censorship with our 2 internet companies, or 3 internet companies we have. They've already layered the censorship on Canadians. I don't know why they want to go even harder on this. But Canada's government, represented by Captain of Censorship Arif V, the country's Justice Minister and Attorney General, will use an upcoming event as the opportunity to once again push for more speech restrictive legislation, allegedly solely in order to deal with online harm and hate speech. What is online harm and hate speech? It's the truth. That's it. Online harm and hate speech is the truth. Ain't that the truth? And Rumble defies global censorship trends, take stand against New Zealand's free speech crackdown. Now, what New Zealand needs to do with this, with Rumble, is just keep your damn mouth shut. Australia, UK, Canada, just shut up. And I'll tell you why. Stop complaining, because Rumble has Rumble heroes. Okay? These are Rumble heroes. Okay? All this stuff you're seeing here, when you're watching my stream and you get kicked off my stream on Rumble to go to another stream, you are going to Rumble heroes. Okay? Now, Rumble heroes have guidelines. Now, how it works is once you go piss off New Zealand, the Rumble heroes will get a memo, and the Rumble heroes will go ahead and start complaining and bitching out New Zealand is what they're going to do. So if now Rumble gets smart, they keep taking that stance of free speech. Rumble is freedom of speech without freedom of reach. That's exactly what it is. Unless you are a Rumble hero and you are findable on the platform like here, like they're promoting your channel, and you are found and you're constantly in people's faces, and you're getting emails at 3 o'clock in the morning because some guy, I forgot what the guy's name, Dan Bajona. I'm getting an email at 1 o'clock in the morning that he reached 3 million followers on Rumble. It's like, why do I don't follow this guy. I don't even know who this guy is. But yet I'm getting emails. Tucker Carlson said something at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get an email. I don't follow those people. So do you see what is going on with this? So if you want Rumble off your back, just shut up. Same thing. If you want Twitter off your back, just shut up. Because then what's going to happen? The country's complaining about this and complaining about this. They'll be left alone because they'll promote their Donald Trump crap, their MAGA crap, their slapping shows, their whatever, these new Rumble heroes and all this, what is July 6th or June 6th or January 6th, whatever, people I've never heard of before in my life. Never. And a year from now, there's going to be a new Rumble hero. Never heard of him before, never been on social media before, but he's going to decide to make a Rumble channel, and he's going to surpass everybody else on Rumble like nobody else ever existed. Because once you're in the spotlight and they choose you and they allow you to be big, then that's how it works on Rumble. You got to be a Rumble hero. So, anyways, this is a very important one. TSA visited Apple and Google to discuss collaboration for Digital ID. Digital ID is old. Again, this is something we've been bringing up since 2014 on the channel. But TSA's push to biometric technology and digital IDs with big tech aims to streamline airport security, but raises concerns over passenger privacy and government surveillance. So they're going to be checking your temperature with this. They're going to be checking your blood pressure. They know everything, where if you're nervous, if you're hot, if you got a fever. Yeah. So there it is right there. The U.S. Transportation Security Administration, TSA, is continuing collaboration with big tech concerning the use of biometric surveillance technology, but also the development of digital IDs for passengers. So they're going to push for this, guys? On its site, the TSA revealed that its officials traveled to California recently, where they met with representatives of Apple and Google to talk about continuing work on implementation on digital ID and people on people's phones. And then it goes on to say, Google revealed to the Washington Times back in 2023 to this last TSA site post, neither Google nor Apple had any comment. And they are working hard to basically shut you up. They're working to shut you up so that you don't explain or you don't basically you are going to be cut off is what it is. Let me rephrase that. You're being cut off. So come on in. We saw this guy on the way to the airport. We saw what you posted last week. We saw who you spoke to last month. You were watching Mike in the Night. You are not allowed to board this plane. And that's what it's going to be in the end. And United States, TikTok ban unconstitutional, says presidential candidate. RFK Jr. intends to sue the White House, claiming it is trying to screw young Americans simply to appear tough on China. So President Joe Biden this week signed into law a bill which gives TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance 270 days to divest from it. Should it fail to comply, TikTok will be banned from app stores serving American customers. Kennedy believes the threat to be unconstitutional and the justification for it, namely that the Chinese government could be using TikTok to collect American citizens' personal data, is a smokescreen. Well, every app you're in has a back door, whether it's to China, whether it's to Japan, whether it is to America, Canada, wherever it's going, there is a back door to everything. They don't make anything without a back door anymore, okay? So they're always going to be sniffing around what you're looking at, who you're talking to, and with who you're talking to. And I think that's something that that's happening regardless, right?